Good morning, peeps. Time for another morning video. Happy Sailor's Day. And I know that sailor is stereotypically a man job, but I also um, noticed when I woke up that now we are getting a new woman president. Um, So, yes, happy woman president election day as well. Yesterday I was grumbling too much because obviously I told you in my monthly recap video that I barely ate anything, and I know on the internet such things can come out horribly wrong. So I thought I'll use this wonderful Sailor's Day and Woman President Election Day um, to say something about my eating experience with cerebral palsy and autism. Um, because there is a lot of information out and about on the internet of eating and health issues, of course. So I decided my personal experience matters, my voice matters, and please, I absolutely don't want to entrain my eating behavior on anyone else. I kind of just want to create a discussion that people have very different needs, and that the whole context needs to be seen when addressing such issues. Um, of course, as a child, I was only diagnosed with cerebral palsy. But of course, that means the autism was always there. We just didn't know about it because, in the 80s, autism was Rain Man. And obviously, let's say I talk too much for being autistic. And when I for instance, was at kindergarten, I was always very panicky, and I was mean to the other kids, and I was labeled the mean kid, unwilling to fit in, because the majority of people didn't have knowledge of like sensory overload, sensitivity to noise, and to really quick movements, and for that matter, to fixed eating times. Because let's say it is my understanding that people welcomed me to a Montessori kindergarten, because Montessori is a pedagogy that has a focus on the children, keeping themselves busy and learning by themselves. I will have to Google that later and maybe get some books. I just rediscovered libraries for myself, right? Especially those with a hook. That's off topic. Yeah, okay. So if that is true, it fits into the picture that people people who have an ideology that the children could keep themselves busy kind of liked me as a child, because I was very good at keeping myself busy. But then let's say, to me, all hell broke loose when there was like an eating bell, or even like a calling, or even hand clapping. Well, hand clapping is bad. So yes, children, we are going to eat. No, I don't want to eat. I'm not finished with my puzzle. I'm not finished sorting through my huge box of buttons. Push the buttons and let me know. Um, I am not finished, and I am not going to eat anything before I was finished. And I was always a chubby kid. Um, and I am also a chubby adult. Let's say, when I went to the doctor for something totally different, I suddenly caught a glimpse of the screen And there it said Frida Martens is obese. Uh, and I have heard a lot of people complaining about like that the body mass index is outdated and so forth. But okay, point made. With cerebral palsy, you need more energy for everything, and with autism, you need more energy for everything. But let's say I often, despite my chubbiness, didn't manage to put proper energy into myself by eating properly because eating was not interesting. As an adult, when I learned more about autism, I also learned that many people with autism can't eat particular textures because they can't have them in the mouth or they can't look at them. Uh, and like, okay, if you absolutely search for something like that in my life, I almost can't eat mashed food. Like mashed potatoes, yes, but the spinach, like which they advertised with a captain talking about Sailor's Day when I was a kid, that only worked for me because it still had these little leaves in them. I love chewing on little leaves, and like as an adult, I figured out that I love things with bubbles in them, like, and I mean like not sparkling water. I hate sparkling water. uh but like bubbles that you can chew, like when my teenage niece introduced me to bubble tea, that was heaven on earth because I loved chewing on these bubbles. And quinoa, fake caviar, chickpeas, because okay, they are not bubbly but they are round and they are like easy to chew. Couscous. So okay, this is uh, me and the food that I really like. When I was a teenager, I tried going vegetarian, but that didn't quite work out because let's say okay, I said I don't want to eat dead animals, but I ate yogurt all the time, which was not that nourishing. And I mean, we all know that the animals are still poorly kept for the milk and so on. Um, and like in today's time, I'm kind of just calling for a little bit respect. I'm searching for the right word. Like when I tell people that let's say I don't eat anything besides a cup of soup while finishing a project, um, then I am not telling people to do the same thing. Maybe it can help some people to like bring liquid food to whatever is exhausting. Like I also used to know a person who might have been on the spectrum or not, who always had a backpack with two bottles with homemade soup. Because this person like walked a lot and did a lot of mentally exhausting stuff, and then it was really useful to have these bottles with soup. I couldn't drink the soup because it looked like mashed food, but for this person it worked, and like for me this cup of soup works perfectly because you see the individual noodles, you see the individual little pieces of onion. So yes, I realize there is a like research going on about the like statistical connection between like eating disorders and autism, and I have been explained from day one with my first autism counselor that I am probably hypoglycemic. Like let's say I because I don't really have a feeling of hungry or filled, um, and uh, a good portion of the autistic community had that, according to the autism counselor. Um, you where was I? Okay, the phone just gave me a report, so that irritated me. Sorry. So some autistic people have low blood sugar because they eat like nothing for a couple of days, and then the next couple of days they eat everything under the sun, and the pancreas adjusts to this yo-yo eating. So actually a doctor who knows the whole picture with autism and also an autism counselor might be able to give some good ideas what to eat and how to eat. Like, let's say my internal organ doctor at the time recommended that I ate 5 little meals per day, and things that would take longer time to break down, like let's say no white sugar, but like let's say rather this complex sugar. Like oatmeal was supposed to be really good, and yes, a lot of my non-soup diet is based on oatmeal, and of course that was a little bit difficult to control these 5 meals when I lived with people, because let's say I grew up with people of an older generation where the food was still a sign of a particular wealth, in lack of better words. So let's say you showed people who you were or what you had with food, and I mean I really appreciate food as a social aspect, like these projects where people from different cultures tell stories about the food, or even within your own culture people tell story about the food, like my mom made this, or I only like this with pepper, or something. So that can be something to connect. And like with some of my nice book writing meetings, we were at a coffee shop, so I had to, of course, also consume something. So let's say my 90 kilos haven't exactly gone down, and that was also not the aim. But let's say my aim was that, like, to get things done in good community, and especially when I have good community and when I have like uh, something positive to concentrate on, I don't need to stuff myself with so and so many food items. Um, so, um, and I mean, it's really nice of people to ask, okay, do you have enough food at home? Um, at the moment, I don't, but I will uh, go grocery shopping later when I am awake enough. Um, I mean, like one funny story with me and eating is like I attended to a psychiatrist or the like, and then this doctor said that, okay, have you eaten today? And I was like, oh, I don't remember. And then he suddenly showed up with a cake from the coffee kitchen, but like really grunting and how is that possible, and so on. And I mean, like, let's say I don't look like I don't eat. So, okay. My 15 minutes are almost over, and my phone is starting to complain that it's getting hot. So, well, I need some hot stuff. So, yes, people, I'll send you into the day with this message of eat what you like, eat what you actually can eat, what does you good, and um, listen to your body and your soul and do something good for yourself. And um, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much.